Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. In this episode, we have the continuation of the confession from one of our sisters who was telling us how her sexual relationship with a pastor led to her losing the man she was supposed to get married to. She explains that the man who she was supposed to get married to happened to be the son of this pastor she had earlier on had sexually relations with. She narrated to us how her boyfriend who wanted to really settle down with her met his own father in the lady's apartment. She tells her story in this way so that whoever listens to her might have some lessons from it. Without taking much of your time, let us go and listen to her story.
My boyfriend said he wanted to also introduce me to his father before we come and meet the father of my child. But then, his father said that he was having a meeting, and so, my boyfriend decided to meet with the man. So, I was in my apartment with my guy and the man knocked at the door. I went and opened the door for him. As soon as he entered, my guy shouted, "Dad, what are you doing here?" The man also asked him what he was doing in my apartment. I told my guy that he was the father of my child. I didn't know what that meant to him. He just got angry and walked out of my place without saying anything to me. I tried to get to my boyfriend and have a conversation with him, but he didn't answer my calls nor my texts. This coldness towards me lasted for days. I went to his place but didn't find him. Of course, there was no way I was going to go to his father's house. I was there and one of his friends called me to come meet him, which I did. I was ever ready to go to any lengths to make him understand my position. When I met his friend, he had been told about what was going on, and out of disbelief, he decided to call me and hear from me. This was going to be the first time someone was going to hear what I had to say. I told his friend about the fact that, when I met the man, I was in school and he never told me that he was a pastor, and again he didn't tell me that he still had his wife in his life, and it appeared to be. Apparently, what my boyfriend's father told me about his wife was nothing but lies. His friend revealed to me that the wife was even the reason why his ministry is as strong as it is. The reason why their children ever went outside to study was because of the wife's financial strengths. She wanted the family to be very much okay. So, if the man told me that he has issues with his wife and they are even on the verge of divorce, it was all but a lie. So I asked his friend if he also is saying the man is a pastor. He laughed and asked me how will he lie if the man was not a pastor. I was shocked because, all these whiles, he has never mentioned anything church to me before. Not to talk about being a pastor. I pleaded with his friend to set up a meeting between me and his friend so that, at least he can hear me out before he takes any decision that he wants to take. He promised me he would do anything possible to make it happen. I was there one evening and I had a call. When I picked it, it was my boyfriend's mother. She asked me why I have not been coming to the house to visit. I lied that I have been busy with work. She then asked me to meet her the next day at a location that she gave me. Respectfully, the next day, I went to meet her and I helped her buy some stuff that she wanted to buy. All this while, she was talking and asking about when I and her son were going to finalize everything and become husband and wife. I didn't know if she was testing me or not, and so I kept my cool. Anytime she asked that, I told her it is all in the hands of her son now. Because he is the man and it is the man that marries a woman. She insisted I go with her into the house, but I managed to find a way not to go there, since I didn't know what was going on. But I made a promise to her for visiting her soon, which she agreed. So, from that moment on, it was his friend that I was communicating with about how far things are going with him. I got to realize that he was not even talking to his father and was even out of the house for some time, and he was in his friend's place. I had wanted to go there and see how far things will go. But the friend advised me not to think of that and just asked me to wait till he gives me the green light. It was getting to about 3 weeks when the incident happened and I had not heard any good news from him. And so, I went to his father's house to see his mother in order to have a conversation with her. I knew it was the most difficult thing to do. But at this point in my life, there was nothing that I could do about it. As soon as I got inside the main compound of the house, I saw his father coming out of the main building. He asked what I was doing there, and I told him since he had lied to me about so many things, I wanted to let the wife know that I have a child with him. This he said he would not allow me to do. He promised to solve the issue and make sure his son comes to see me. I told him that I know the son is not in talking terms with him, and so how was he going to do that? He said he is the father and knows what to do. And so I should give him up to 3 days and he will sort everything out. I agreed, and just as I was about to walk out, his wife came out and was wondering why I was standing outside. I lied that I just got there. And she asked me to come inside for a drink. I couldn't say no, and so I went in with her and we had a nice conversation. Not knowing what I would be doing, the man returned inside the house and didn't go where he was going earlier before I got there. She asked about her son and was wondering why I came alone without him. And I told her that I came to see her just as I promised the other time. And I didn't come because of her son. I didn't want to raise any suspicions, and so wanted to leave early. She called her son and asked that he comes over to the house because I was there. Just when she told him that I was there, he ended the call and switched his phone off. I knew it, but I told her maybe his battery died or something like that. So that gave me the chance to leave without her son coming to cause any trouble in her presence. I went away from the place. Days after that, his friend called me and told me to meet them in his apartment. I did, and I tried every means to apologize to him and explain myself. But he didn't want to have any of my apologies. He was like, if I was able to sleep with someone who is older to be my father, then there is no way he can have such a woman as his wife. And on top of it, his own father had seen my nakedness before him. And me bearing a child for his father is even killing him. He just was done and didn't want to have anything to do with me. He told me that, out of respect for me, that is why he didn't want to see me. Because he didn't know what he would have done in those early days. My parents on the other side were asking me about when he was coming with his family to do the necessary rites. So, one evening I had to sit my father down and tell him the whole truth. I told him everything and the reason why I might not be able to marry the person they are so much in love with. Because I have a child with his father and I cannot be with his son. I could see the pain in my father's eyes, and everything about him showed how disappointed he was in me. The truth needed to be out there for everybody to have his peace of mind. And so, my father called onto the pastor and they met and talked over so many things. He apologized to my father for whatever pain he has caused him and also apologized to me as well. My father tried everything he could, but one thing that made him not push forward with it is that my boyfriend asked him if he was in his shoes, he will go ahead and marry a lady that his own father has slept with and had a child with her. This very question he asked my father made him to even stop pushing any further. He thanked the guy for being so much honest with him. He apologized to him on my behalf and wished him well in everything he does going forward. For his friend, I truly know how much he still wanted us to be together despite everything. But my own actions led me to lose the person that truly loved me for who I was. Not long again that I heard from his friend that he has gotten engaged to one lady who he knew earlier before he traveled. And they were waiting for the day that they would do the white wedding. Something that could have been me, I just lost it because of my reckless behavior in my early years. I don't hate the father of my child nor anyone, I just hate myself for bringing this whole situation into my life. Sometimes we ladies, when we are of age and meeting these men, we don't take time to think about so many things. In the heat of the moment we do things that later goes a long way to hurt us. I have paid for my own mistake and reckless behavior. Be wise, my sisters, and don't do something that will throw away your happiness in the future. Thank you. I will leave you here with much greetings.
Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Like I always say, these are not just stories for story's sake. They are meant for us not to make these mistakes our brothers and sisters are making. That's why we share these stories with you. Life is all about cause and effect. People do call it karma. No matter what your beliefs are, whenever you are doing something, understand that anything that you do, there will be consequences. So, try and do what you know that at the end of the day, when the results are coming, it will favor you. The life that especially our dear sisters are living nowadays is something that if you even think about it, you wonder. Why will you end up going to bed with someone as old as your father? That is exactly what she said. But anyways, I cannot judge. Let us hear from you as well. We want to hear what you think about what she has done in the comment section below. I pray that we learn from some of these stories and live a better life. If not for anything at all, it pays to live a decent and better life. Stay blessed and be safe. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share.